Hi, everyone. I'm Damon Wright. I'm co-chair of the advertising and e-commerce practice at Gordon Reese. And thank you for watching this vlog. Today, we're going to talk about affiliate marketers and some really smart ways to protect yourself, but also scale when you're using affiliate marketers. Uh, I'm joined today by Joe Campanella with Complily. Joe's been a friend for quite a while, and we're going to talk about Complily. Let's step back for a second, though, and talk about affiliate marketers. So for any advertiser, it's a great way to scale quickly in an efficient way because it's based on performance. If you make money, the affiliate makes money. If you don't make money, the affiliate doesn't make money. But rather than paying an ad agency $3 million to say, go out there and promote my product, it's commission-based, performance-based. Now, the challenge, though, is those affiliates are trying to get the click, the commission, the conversion, so they make money, and they're not always focusing on protecting the brand, your reputation. They're not always focused on advertising law compliance or complying with trademark, copyright, right of publicity law, or other things. So it's risky. You don't always have great visibility into what your affiliates are doing, and what they say about your brand under the law becomes your statement. The whole affiliate agency relationship means that you can be liable for the acts or omissions statements they make about your product. They can get you in a lot of trouble, in short. So it's absolutely critical to have an agreement with your affiliates that explains what they can and cannot do. And we provide that with our clients. To our clients, it's important to vet the affiliates to make sure that they give you proper identification documents and information so you know who they are, where they are, know if they've ever had any lawsuits or FTC matters. But that's part of the onboarding process. After that, of course, is where the problems could come. And so that's why I wanted to have Joe speak today. Joe and I were talking a few weeks ago about a feature that Complily has launched that helps with affiliate tracking, affiliate monitoring, because you really need to do this to use affiliates in a safe, effective, profitable way. So Joe, talk to us.
Well, welcome everyone. Thank you, Damon. Really appreciate that introduction. And so Damon is correct. We were having a conversation the other day talking about affiliates, and as Damon mentioned, it is an absolutely great way to scale your business, drive sales, drive revenue. And I think most companies and brands where they fail to understand is, as Damon mentioned, they are an extension, affiliates are an extension of your marketing and sales teams. And even if you do have that agreement set up, I'm sure, Damon, you've seen it before, that goes to litigation. And the reality is, at the end of the day, it's the brand or company that is ultimately responsible for what the affiliate said. Right or wrong, whether it's right or wrong or what they said, ultimately it's the brand's responsibility. And so that's why it is not only very important to vet all of your affiliates, but in my opinion, it's actually more important to me monitoring them on an ongoing basis, at least on a monthly basis, to really get an understanding of what are they saying about your brand? What are they saying about your company? And that's why we developed the software that we have, our affiliate compliance management software. It actively goes out and it crawls the web for what your affiliates are doing. And so it's very simple. Brands or companies would just upload their affiliate list to the platform. Those referring URLs are now in the system. After a day or two, it goes out, it actively crawls the web for YouTube videos and ads, TikTok, sales pages, webinars, etc. And it's going to identify any potential FTC warnings or violations. And this way, as a brand, you're now on top of exactly what's happening with your affiliates on an ongoing basis. And that's what we've done.
Yeah, Joe, can you show us kind of what the dashboard looks like once a brand
Sure.
licenses your software and uploads it?
Absolutely. So let me
Yeah,
just
just so
bring this
folks know,
down here.
I asked Joe to create a dummy account, so we're going to see fake data. Anything you see here is not about a particular advertiser, brand, or affiliate that was complying or not complying with the law.
Yeah, and that's correct. And so what we've done, we've created a very simple platform. You're going to see a dashboard here where, as a brand or a company, you can see, any alerts that came up from the affiliates that you're tracking. You can see trends over time and violations. This is the list of affiliates. And so you can search and for an individual affiliate if you'd like. We're tracking the original score and the current score. So you have the ability as a brand or company to check your affiliates on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. What is that original score and tracking it against the current score to see is it getting better, is it getting worse? And so if I go right here into the Alert Center, this is really the kind of the hub of what's happening with the affiliates. You're going to see a brand, you're going to see an affiliate, you're going to see a landing page here. I'm going to scroll over just a little bit so you can see here. But this is where we're tracking the violations and the warnings. And so I'm going to just click on one just so you can see a little bit more in detail. And so what'll happen is once the software crawls the web and it finds a document that has some warnings and violations. For instance, you can see here, only 5 spots remaining today. That could potentially be looked at as false scarcity if this is if there really is this really limited time only or not, right? And so there's other things that's picking up on if we scroll down here, our revolutionary system guarantees results. Well, that's an express performance claim. The FTC has an issue when you're making those types of claims. And so, at very high level, you're going to see a compliance score. You're going to see a list of the violations and the warnings. And there's a couple things that you can do here. One is you can email the affiliate, so a one-by-one touch. You can actually come in here and select a predetermined template or email template. So you can create them as a brand or a company. And then actually, if you choose, you can actually attach the actually report itself. So this is the PDF report of what was found in the documentation that was reviewed. You can send that out directly to the affiliate. We also have the ability where you can set it as an automation so that anytime an affiliate is identified with a warning or violation, an email template that you choose is automatically sent out to the affiliate, as well as you can choose whether or not you want to include this attachment to let them know that they need to clean up these issues before proceeding. So again, Damon, it's really a great way for companies and brands just to make sure that they're protecting themselves and to make sure that they're tracking, what their affiliates are actually really saying about themselves or the brand.
Right, right. Yeah, and so there are some brands that say to affiliates, you can only use this approved content, um, and only that, right? And this would give the brand the ability to make sure that the affiliate's actually sticking to that. There are other brands that say, we want to let people exercise their creative minds, and they're going to come up with different angles that we may not have come up with. So we're going to give them more latitude. We don't have to approve it, but that can obviously lead to problems. So uh, it seems like there's a use case under both scenarios, one to see if they're going to do what they said they're going to do, only use the content, or the other to check to see what they're actually doing. And I'm looking at this copy here, and this is extremely high risk in a lot of respects. I mean, even the way it starts off with saying 12 months ago I was like living out of my car or something. So
Absolutely.
fake testimonial right there if the affiliate isn't actually John Smith who had that situation. So a lot of risk out there with affiliates, but again, it's a fantastic way for a company to scale quickly in an affordable way. So this is impressive, and I really like the fact that it's crawling the web and gathering this. It's a good idea to require affiliates to provide the content and do audits and all this, but this is again a really sensible way to stay on top of things and have the visibility.
Yeah, and if I could just add, and the biggest piece too is we find that a lot of companies and a lot of brands, their affiliate managers, their time is limited. It's really difficult if you have 1,000, 5,000 affiliates to manually go out and track what they are doing. And that's what some companies are doing today. But this software really takes that out, right? It automates that process. So it's actively crawling the web, finding out what affiliates are saying about your brand, opposed to, hey, I know this XYZ affiliate, let me go out there and scan and see what they're doing. Again, from an automation standpoint and AI powered, that's really the biggest piece. We're trying to make sure that we can help companies and brands review their affiliates much faster in a much more efficient way.
Yep, yep, 100%. Our goal, and I think your goal, is to help our clients make a lot of money, but also sleep well at night. And
Mhm.
there are some barbarians at the gate that could take down the castle. The FTC, class action lawyers, and could be competitors. And affiliates what they do or do not do, say or do not say, that they can lead to exposure and risk with all three of those different actors. And so, I think this is a valuable tool. Joe, thank you very much. And folks, if you are interested, Complily is the company. I'm sure you've heard of it. The name's right there. Joe Campanella, wonderful guy, and I'm sure he'd be happy to walk you through a demo. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.